চলে গেছে।
Good morning, students. How are you? Hope all of you are very well. Today, after a long time, I'm in front of all of you. আশা করছি তোমরা প্রত্যেকেই ভালো আছো. Do you know now আমাদের তোমাদের পড়ার সিস্টেমে there have some changes because of COVID-19. So what we are doing now, we are giving some assignment and to you. And you have to do it at home, then you will submit it to the school again and you will mark to the copies and then you have to pass the classes. So what we have to do our class about responsibilities, and we shall give from government we are having some declaration, and there are some ways that you have to follow us, and all of you have to follow also. So now we shall do a class on responsibilities. What is the responsibilities? Responsibilities means that you have to do something yourself. You have some as a student, as a citizen of a country, you have some responsibility that you have to do yourself. Why you are studying? You are studying because you are going to and you are students of class 9, so you do something yourself, and you are studying to follow the rules and regulations of the society and the states also. So here we will see how responsibilities Ronnie and other students are doing. So on that way you have to do also. We will read lesson 4, responsibilities, and you see here unit 1 lesson 4. Ronnie's mother gave him 50 taka to buy salt and chilies. And on his way to the market, Ronnie found a poor passerby trying to hold a boy up who was lying on the road groaning. Coming here, Ronnie saw it was a classmate, Tanim, who was hit by a speeding motorbike. Immediately, he stopped a baby taxi and took Tanim to a clinic. From there, phoned Tanim's parents. When they came to the clinic, Ronnie returned home without salt and chilies. He had used the money to pay the taxi driver. Now, you see what is Ronnie is doing. Ronnie's mother has gave him Ronnie's mother gave him to buy, told him to go to the market because Ronnie is able to buy something himself. That's why Ronnie's mother gave him 50 taka to buy some chilies and salts. Salt means lobon and chilies mori. On the way, the market, যখন সে বাজারে যাচ্ছিল, he saw a poor passerby trying to hold a boy up. একজন দরিদ্র poor passerby, লোকটা অতটা বড় লোক না, সে একজনকে তুলে ধরার একটা ছোট্ট বালককে তুলে ধরার চেষ্টা করেছিল. Who was lying on the market, বাজারের মধ্যে পড়ে আছে. Ronnie, the boy was groaning, গোঙাচ্ছিল, এবং যেটা হচ্ছে যে সে একদম পড়েছিল রাস্তার উপর. Ronnie went there and he saw it was his friend, and his name was Tanim. Ronnie became so sad and he became puzzled also, but he suddenly had taken a decision that he has to give a phone call to Tanim's mother, Tanim's parents, and he took immediately a baby taxi and took Tanim to the clinic and phone call to her mother, and they came to hospital, and Tanim became, Tanim gave remedies, and he get his new life. So what happened there? We see if Tanim did not do his responsibilities, Ronnie did not do the responsibilities of his friend as a friend, then what would happen? Maybe Tanim would die, but it is Ronnie's best duty not to buy not to go to the market, but to help the Tanim. So Tanim get a new life because he was lying on the it was accident by a motorcycle, and speed up by a speedy motorcycle. Tanim fell into an accident. That's why you know uh, Tanim felt in accident, and Ronnie helped him a lot. But when Ronnie went to at home, he didn't buy. His mother saw that Ronnie didn't buy anything, and then Ronnie told her mother that his friend Tanim get a fell in an accident, and he helped him a lot, and he took him to the hospital by the money of his bazaar. But his mother didn't tell him anything. Why? Because it was his duty. It's your duty also. When you see Limon is fell in the road and they're in an accident, you should help the poor ones, or the people who are felt in the accident. So this is a response. This is your responsibility. Here there are some questions you have to do. Did Ronnie do right or wrong? And if right or wrong, why? What do you think? His mother did when Rooney returned home without salt and chilies? Number 3, what else could Ronnie do in this situation? কি করতে পারে? What do you understand by responsibilities? তুমি responsibility বলতে কি বোঝো? Responsibility only that you have to play, you are coming and going to school, doing only classes, not that. You have some responsibilities as a state, as a citizen of the state, as a citizen of the state, as a as a son, as a girl of a family. So you, and as a friend or as a citizen, everything you have to do the right things. What at the moment, what you have to do, you have to take a decision. That Ronnie did. So Ronnie did the right thing. So Ronnie's mother didn't scold him, and Ronnie's mother told him that he had done a right thing and he's a brave boy. What else could Ronnie do in this situation? Ronnie didn't have no option because his friend felt in accident. So it's the right thing Ronnie did. What do you understand by responses? You have to write the response. What responses? You can do something yourself, and you can do you clean your clothes, and you have responsibility as a friend, you have a responsibility as a brother, you have a responsibility as a sister, and you have a responsibility as a citizen of the society. So a responsibility is a duty or an obligation to do something. Responsibility means it's an obligation. So you have to do that. You don't have any option. It's your duty. You should do that. To do something. Responsibility means to do something yourself. So you see, and that's for example, you have the responsibility to attend the school and pursue your studies properly, to take care of your parents to their old age and so on. You also have responsibility for your brother, sister, to your society and government, help to a neighbor in trouble, and to cast your voice if you are 18 over. When you will be 18, so you will be a citizen of the country, you can vote to the state. If there is election happen, you can vote yourself. That is 18. And as 18 plus, you become an individual person. A responsibility also, an obligation. Obligation means that it's your duty. It's your bindings that you have to do, and there is something not to do, and there is something, to do. So you say here, for example, you have the responsibility not to steal from a public library. You can't, if you study as a student, you can be a thief. You can took a book from the library, or not to pile up your building materials on the footpath. You cannot pile up your by dirty things the footpath. These are your responsibilities as citizen. But there are responsibilities of the government as well. And government, there are some responsibilities of the government for you also. So our government has the responsibility to provide for the citizen the basic necessities of life, including food, clothing, shelter, education, medical care also. The government also has the responsibility to protect the fundamental rights of the citizen. What do you mean by fundamental rights? Fundamental rights means the rights that you need basics. That is your education, your shelter, your food, your health care, everything the government should pursue to you. As a citizen, you have the rights to have all the things. Government has the rights, you have the rights to have it from the government. And you said that including freedom of speech and expression. And if you are 18 plus, so you can, if you want to say something, what is right or wrong, it's your freedom of speech, you can say. Freedom of the press, freedom of religion, equality, all above law. And you know, there are something, there's freedom of the press. What do you mean by freedom of the press? Freedom of the press means that, you know, there is something, some newspapers, they have also freedom that they can say something about the society, they can, some critics, do some critics about the, what is right or wrong, they can do their themselves. That is the freedom of press. And freedom of religion, whether you are Hindu, Buddha, Christian or Muslims, you have the all rights that you can enjoy your festivals. Nobody will give any, you will not feel any harm from others. And other religious people will, you know, you have to show the honor to the other religions also. As a Muslim, you have to show the honor to the other religions like Hindu, Christian, Buddha. This is the harmony where we live. So you have to show your honor to the other religions. Freedom of law, equality of law. What do you mean by equality of law? Equality of law is that you, as a woman or a girl or a boy, you have same rights in the society. Girl or boys, they have the same equal rights. The knowledge, জ্ঞান, skills, দক্ষতা, attitude, ব্যবহার, you have gained at home. বাসায় যা তুমি gain করেছো, স্কুলে, and society will help you to aware of your responsibility. Society তোমাকে সাহায্য করবে, তারা সচেতন হবে তোমার দায়িত্ব সম্পর্কে, to carry them out effectively. তুমি যাতে সুন্দরভাবে বেড়ে উঠতে পারো, you can do your responsibility yourself, সেটাও society দেখবে. Remember, discharging your responsibilities will be good for you, good for your family, friends, good for your society, country as a whole. তোমাকে মনে রাখতে হবে যে as a student, as a citizen of an independent country, you are as a student of a school, there are lots of responsibilities of you. For a member of a family, you see Ronnie has done his duty. As a friend, he has done his duty. And he saw his friend in an accident, so he has to do the right thing on that time, on that moment. And as a religious practice, you have to give honor to the other religions also. And in the society, you have society also remember about your responsibility to carry out all the things. So here we have learned some new things. There's some words we have learned here. The words, the new words we have learned here. New words. What are the new words we have learned here? Immediately. The new words, sir, we have learned here immediately. pursue, 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 and situation, situations, and there some response. Neighbor, you know what are the neighbors and necessities? Freedom of speech, expression, 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 and properly, properly. Properly means যথাযথভাবে, properly. Expression means হচ্ছে তুমি প্রকাশ করা, সিচুয়েশন, পরিস্থিতি, পারসু, তুমি এটাকে সামনে এগিয়ে দেওয়া, immediately, অতি দ্রুত. I'm not writing here, you have to write yourself. You see the dictionary and write the meaning here. And there are some homeworks I have to give to you. That here are the some 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. You write the questions at your assignment paper. And there, see here, see homework for C. Homework C. You will see here page 12. Page 12, the number C, you will see there are some words, discuss in groups and write answer to these questions. You have to write answer to these questions. Which person and the institution do you have some responsibilities for? Make a list. The first in the list is done for you. Parents, then you write the other things. You know what are the other things, parents and your society and the states also. And number 2, make a list responsibilities you have as a student, home, school and society. I told you before on this chapter that you have some responsibilities at your home and school and society, and you know what are they, you have to write in your assignment paper. Number 4, who do you get help from to discharge the responsibility you have listened? Lesson C1, how do they help? You see in number C at their parents, teacher and your neighbors also. So you have to write the responsibility about them and how do they help you. How they help you. Your parents, how they help you, and your friends, how they help you, and the neighbors, how they help to you. You have to write there also. Number 5, are there any difficulties in fulfilling the responsibilities? Briefly describe them. তোমরা কি কোনো ডিফিকাল্টিস ফিল করো এইসব দায়িত্বগুলো পালন করতে যে? দেন হোয়াট ইউ হ্যাভ টু ডু, ব্রিফলি রাইট দ্য describe them. তোমাকে এগুলো লিখতে হবে in your assignment paper. Number 6, make a list of responsibilities other people have towards you. এবং তোমাকে তোমার যে রেসপন্সিবিলিটিস সেটার একটা লিস্ট লিখে you have to write. Briefly describe what might happen if they fail to fulfill the responsibilities. Other people, not only yours, other people's response তোমার প্রতি, stated, your family, your teachers, they have some responses towards you. Briefly, you have to describe what are the responses to you of them. If they are not able to fulfill your responsibilities to you, you have to write here what might happen if they fail to fulfill that. যদি তারা তোমার প্রতি সে দায়িত্ব না পালন করতে পারে তাহলে কি হতে পারে, মানে ধর তোমার কি ধরনের অসুবিধা তুমি ফিল করতে পারো, you have to describe yourself. And number 7, what rewards are you like to get if you fulfill your responsibility? তুমি যদি তোমার দায়িত্ব ফুলফিল করো তাহলে তোমাকে তুমি কি ধরনের রিওয়ার্ডস পেতে চাও, কি ধরনের রিওয়ার্ডস তোমাকে দিলে তুমি খুশি হবে। And what rewards are you like to get? তুমি কি পেতে চাও। And B, what penalties or punishment may you get if you don't carry out your responsibilities? তুমি কি ধরনের শাস্তি পেতে পারো যদি তুমি তোমার রেসপন্সিবিলিটিসগুলো না পালন করো। So I think these are not very difficult home tasks. You can do yourself at home. And I have briefly described about this your home tasks. So if you do it yourself, you can take your help from this text also. So you'll do it yourself. And there are another one. What is number 8? What responsibilities do you think you can perform well when you go on a class picnic or when your school stages a play as part its annual prize giving ceremony? তোমার কি দায়িত্ব হতে পারে যেটা তুমি পালন করতে পারো when your class picnic go on, and if there is a play নাটক করা হয় একটা স্টেজে, what or annual prize giving ceremony, what you can do, how you can participate, how you can cooperate to your teachers, how can cooperate as a team member of the drama what will happen in the stage of your school. So this one is not also be tough for you. You can do at your assignment paper. So students, we have learned about responsibilities, and there are some words also. And I have I will give you the assignment. That is C, homework C, page number 2. I have described about that words also. These are the worst things. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 8 things you have to do as an assignment at your home. If you feel any problem, you can talk to us and we will help you. Thank you. Goodbye for you today. Okay? Bye. Take care.